Good afternoon. This is Dr. Bunker. Dr. Noyes asked me to give you brief, quick instructions as you prepare for your health policy debates. So, what I want to do is really quickly explain what the purpose of the first speech is, as well as the rebuttal, and then kind of walk you through that speech template. So, your goal in a debate is to argue in favor or against a resolution or a topic and do it in a concise and constructive way. So in this case, you have a 4-minute speech. Your 4-minute speech should have an introduction, main points, and conclusion. And the speech template will kind of walk you through that particular piece. But in this case, your main points are your arguments. So you need to construct 3 arguments to center your debate around. Now, each of your arguments should have 3 pieces. We call those a claim, a warrant, and an impact. Now, the claim is the nature of the claim itself. Each claim should be concise, consist of 1 argumentative point, and be declarative in nature. In other words, a claim, not a question. When I use the term warrant, what I'm referring to is your evidence. So this is where you have the series of evidence that support your claim. And ideally, you have at least 3 pieces of evidence within the context of an argument that supports your claim. And those could be pathos, ethos, logos, or in other words, I have a statistic that generalizes a problem. I make a credibility statement to add a little bit more credibility to that statement, and then I also use an extended example to connect to the empathy and emotions of the audience. The third part of an argument is what's called the impact statement, which can be a little bit more tricky, but it's essentially you translating what the evidence means for your audience, or inferring based on your claim and your evidence a reasonable conclusion about what that evidence means for the argument that you are making. So once again, there's 3 pieces of an argument: a claim, a warrant, and an impact, and they function together. So when you plan your speeches, I suggest the following things. You should write down your introduction, some type of attention getter. Your thesis would be the position that you're arguing in favor of the resolution, pro or con. Preview each of your arguments, A, B, and C, and then finally go into your arguments. Argument 1, do your claim, your warrant, and your impact. Argument 2, your claim, your warrant, and your impact. Argument 3, your claim, your warrant, and your impact. And finally, do your conclusion, where you restate your position in the debate, you review your arguments for your audience, and you make some type of lasting impact for your audience, which is really another type of attention getter. I have no doubt that you will be successful within the context of that. This document that Dr. Noyes gave you is adopted from something that I wrote, so I know it's very structured in a way that's very easy for you to comprehend. And just a little notes, when you do a rebuttal speech, essentially you would use that same speech template, but in this case, your points in that speech are counter arguments to your opponent's initial arguments in their opening speech. Good luck, and I'm happy to be of assistance.